Alright guys, let's go over some shareholder letters. Not shareholder letters, some PRs here from Ilus. Okay guys, here is an article from July 2022-2021. They provided an update on the share structure and uplisting plans. Ready guys? This is very fun to read because we're in 2024. This is very fun to read guys. Let's see, where is it? Ilus is making excellent, let me zoom in for the blind. Ilus, okay wait, where is it? Ilus is making excellent progress with its uplisting plans. Wow, 3 years later, they really made some excellent progress, which will be hugely advantageous to shareholders. This company believes that due to its outside-the-box plan, which will not follow traditionally prescribed or speculated processes, the uplisting should be completed in a significantly shorter time frame than the originally planned 18 months, a year and a half. This is an article from 2021, July. It's already 3 years later. Not a year and a half later, we're 3 years later, and this is 18 months is shorter than that, mind you. So anyone tells you Ilus never made any promises, you can just screenshot this sucker and be like, hey, check out this article from July, blah, blah, blah. This is why I take pictures, make highlights, and I'm going to ask so many questions. Ilus is making excellent progress with its uplisting plans. The uplisting should be completed in a significantly shorter time frame than the originally planned 18 months. Boy, did they lie. An update on the share structure reorganization contracts, acquisitions, and strategic plans. This is August 10th, 2021. Let's pull up that chart here real quick. Let's go back in time to August. There we go. Ooh, no way, really? August 10th, 2021? So let's zoom in. So here's August. And that shareholder, look at that. This is like right before the huge run. So let's see what happened. Let's see what caused the start of that run. There have been several questions and some rumors in the groups, with some shareholders being misled or incorrect assumptions being made. Therefore, it is best to provide a brief update. It is an administrative process for the cancellation of 40 million shares, which were issued by previous management for a deal which never materialized. The shares were incorrectly issued as their terms were not met, and therefore were rightfully cancelled. Will be cancelled. Yeah, we will be cancelling them. So, okay, so it wasn't really... So it's a deal that never worked out, and essentially those 40 million shares, it's like they never existed, essentially what it comes down to. The European deal is astronomical in scale, and therefore the administrative processes surrounding it simply take time, especially while most of Europe is currently on summer vacation. Having said that, we made excellent progress on this deal last week. The use of the word astronomical. Okay, so another share structure update as of August 20th, 2021. Okay, so this one is just a bunch of blah, blah, blah about the share structure update. We hope that following our attorney's advice, we will be able to update the share structure next week. We assure you that your best interests are always at the forefront of our minds, and the share structure update has absolutely no impact on the business. So yeah, a lot of share structure articles. You may also have seen that we have just begun due diligence on a large acquisition with 9-figure revenues, which forms one component of our NASDAQ catalyst. Interesting to note that. 9 figures, by the way. Next week, we will announce the details of our shareholder meeting and 2 additional shareholder meetups that will take place in November for those who can make them. In addition to the usual shareholder meeting formalities, we will also be introducing you to new board members that will be vital to our NASDAQ uplist, and we will be presenting our NASDAQ plans. What date did this come out? The 15th of October? There's a little kaboom there, probably. Let me go back. Where's October? August, September, October 15. It was already at 25 cents. There have been several questions and rumors in groups regarding dilution, with some shareholders being misled or incorrect assumptions being made. This seems to be a common occurrence every time we have consecutive red days or red weeks. I wish to confirm officially that there's no known dilution going on. Well, this didn't matter. They still diluted anyways. So, but yeah, people always cry. Remember those days? People would cry if there was even one red day a week. Things only go straight up. There should be no red days. Those were the days. We are also constantly at work to reduce the outstanding shares. And you will have seen that we released an update yesterday regarding the cancellation of 40 million shares, which is going through due legal process. Again, we already read it through that article, that shareholder letter. Those 40 million shares, it's like they never existed, because the deal that was initially made never went through. It is good news that we are getting closer to the cancellation of those shares to go along with the approximately 80 million share reduction we made to the OS during the third quarter. Wow! Look at that! 80 million share reduction made to the OS during the third quarter. That is incredible. Wow. Oh, wow. 3 years later, it didn't mean anything. That's going to be interesting. I'm gonna take note of this one right here. That's really cool of them to reduce the 80 million shares. That is awesome. That is, wow. They really followed through. 3 years later, yeah, that didn't mean anything. Further reductions to the share structure will be made in due course as our processes continue. In addition to focusing on the exponential growth of Ilus, we will stop at nothing to add every ounce of shareholder letter that we possibly can. Rest assured, these processes are continuing behind the scenes. Yes, behind the scenes, 3 years later, you're diluting like crazy, and you're adding a ton of authorized shares to dilute some more. Yeah, it's funny to look back in time. It's like, yeah, that's cool. 80 million share reduction. They're looking to further reduce the share structure. They were trying to keep it under a billion. I think at one point they wanted to keep it around 500 million, if I recall, but yeah, none of that ever happened. We are building a substantially successful company for the long term, and unfortunately, sometimes market conditions are beyond our control. Okay, that's true, and I can't take anything away from them. After reading all these shareholder letters from this year, they definitely are following through. And we did have that huge run up into December. Let me pull back the chart. So yeah, we had a huge, literally huge run up here. It topped out over here in October, not October, late September. It topped out at 50. It pulled back, people got scared, and then it came back up to 50 cents in November, early November, and then it started downtrending since then, and then in December it just kept falling, and then it just went to where it is right now. So, going into the new year, I imagine the shareholder letters are probably going to be a lot more unfriendly, is probably the best way to put it. They're probably going to be a lot more unfriendly from the shareholder side, because since the start of 2022, it just kept falling. Like, it just kept going down. So it's not like, I imagine people, yeah, let's, you know what, that's it for this part of the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Again, not much negative to say with these PRs. A lot of positive things, they did follow through, but there are some things that we know they didn't follow through on because we're in the future. So I'm going to go reread everything and take my notes and take pictures and form questions and do that whole process. It's a very time-consuming process, guys, to do, actual due diligence and actually take notes and ask questions, and then that's just the first draft. That Word document that I'm writing is a first draft. I'm gonna have to rewrite the whole thing, probably reread everything again just to make sure, because I'm just that diligent, or maybe I'm just insane. Who knows? All right, guys, that's it for the video. I'll see you in 2022.